Quick review. Abortion. The deliberate termination of a pregnancy by surgical or medical with drugs means therapeutic abortion, an abortion performed to protect the life or health of the mother. Conception. The merging of a sperm cell and ovum into a single cell, also called fertilization. Quickening. The point in fetal development when the mother can feel the fetus moving. It occurs at about 16 to 20 weeks. Viability, the stage of fetal development at which the fetus is able to survive outside the uterus. Person, being taught to have full moral rights. So, moral arguments. Arguments for and against abortion are plentiful and diverse, their quality ranging from good to bad, and their conclusions varying from conservative pro-life to liberal pro-choice, with several moderate positions in between. You can sum up the central issue of the debate like that: when, if ever, is abortion morally permissible? Recall that in ethics, the proper reply to such a question is to provide good reasons for a particular position. The usual fireworks that accompany the abortion debates to the strident denunciations of the other side, appeals to emotion and pity, extremist rhetoric, exaggerate claims, political posturing, and the like are not appropriate, not germane, and not helpful. So here we try to cut through all the examine a few of the main arguments offered for the range of views. So the conservative position is that abortion is never, almost never, morally permissible. Typically, the almost never refers to the situation in which abortion may be permissible to save the life of the mother. Generally, both the liberal and conservative hold that abortion may be permissible to save the mother's life, usually on the grounds that the mother has a right of self-defense. But as mentioned earlier, the Roman Catholic position is that in any case, the death of the fetus must be unintended. So, like many arguments about abortion, the conservative case is built on proposition about the moral status of the fetus. For more conservatives, the fetus is a person, a human being, as someone would say, with full moral rights, the same rights that any adult human has. And these rights emerge at the moment of the conception. Of course, the moral right at the heart of it all it is the right to life. Taking the life of a fetal person is just as immoral as killing an innocent adult human. So here is one version of the conservative argument. First, the unborn. This is shall we call to shorter the argument. First, the unborn is obviously a human life. Second, it is wrong to take human life. Three, abortion is the taking of human life. Four, therefore, abortion is wrong. To evaluate this argument or any argument, we must determine first whether the conclusion follows the premises, and two, whether the premises are true. A cursory glance at this argument might suggest that the conclusion does follow from premises and that the premises are true. But we must be careful. This argument commits the fallacy of equivocation. The term human life is assigned two different meanings in the premises, rendering the argument invalid. In premises 1, human life means something like biological human, an entity with human DNA, an entity that is from human species. But the premises 2 and 3, the term means person. Being entitled to full moral rights. If human life is used in different senses in the premises, the argument is not valid. The conclusion does not follow from the premises, even if the premises using their respective meaning of the term are true as it stands. Premise 1 is unmistakably true. A fetus born of human parents with human DNA is certainly biological human, and in its present form, premise 2 is also true. The killing of person is indeed wrong, except perhaps to save a life. Still, the argument fails and does not provide us with good reasons to accept the conclusion. Yet, there are conservative arguments that do not equivocate. Consider this one. First, the unborn is an innocent person from conception. Number 2, it is wrong to kill an innocent person. 3, it is the killing of innocent person. 4, therefore, abortion is wrong. Critical thought. This about the late-term abortions. Late-term abortion, what some opponents of abortion call partial birth abortion. It is controversial procedure known technically as intact deletion and extraction. It is a rare operation, usually performed after the first trimester because the pregnancy endangers the mother's life. The fetus is seriously deformed or defective, or the mother is mentally impaired, homeless, addicted to drugs, or otherwise unprepared or unwillingly to care for an infant. Late-term abortion has been hotly debated in society and frequently adjudicated in the courts. One device of the non-arbitrary character of the line drawn. It is the difference of probabilities on either side of it. If a spermatozoon is destroyed, one destroys a being which had a chance of far less than 1 in a 200 million of developing into a reasoning being, possessed of the genetic code, a heart, and other organs, and capable of pain. If a fetus is destroyed, one destroyed being already possessed of the genetic code, organs, and sensitivity to pain, and one which had an 80% chance of developing further into baby outside the womb, who in the time would reason. Um, the positive argument for conception as the decision moment of immunization is that a conception that new being receives the genetic code. It is this genetic information which determines his characteristics, which is the biological carrier of the possibility of human wisdom, which makes him a self-involving being. Being with a human genetic code is man. This approach is essentially an argument from potential personhood, which we can state as follows. First, at conception, the unborn receives its distinctive genetic makeup, which makes it a potential innocent person. Second, a potential innocent person has all the rights of human-fledged innocent person, including the right to life. Third, it is wrong to kill an innocent person. Fourth, abortion is the killing of the potential innocent person. Fifth, therefore, abortion is wrong. These are the shorter ways of argument. This argument says that killing a potential person is the same as killing the full-blown person. It is valid. And premises 1, 3, and 4 are true, but premise 2 seems questionable. As one critic says, some philosophers argued that although fetuses may not be persons, their potential to become person gives them the same basic rights. This argument is implausible since in no other case do we treat the potential to achieve some status entailing certain rights as itself entailing those same rights. For instance, every child born in the United States is a potential voter, but no one under the age of 18 has the right to vote in the country. If a fetus is a potential person, then so is an unfertilized human ovum together with enough viable spermatozoa to achieve fertilization. Yet few would seriously suggest that these living human entities should have full and equal moral status. The liberation position is that abortion is always or almost always permissible, like the conservatives' argument. The liberal is based on the particular view of the moral status of the fetus, but in opposition to the conservative views, the liberal asserts that the fetus is not a person. Not being with full moral rights, abortion therefore is morally permissible because of the fetus does not possess as right to life. Unlike the matter who has a full complement of rights. Generally, for the liberal, the event that makes the unborn person is not conception but birth. So here is a version of a common liberal argument. In shorter way, first, the unborn is not a person until birth and does not have a right to life. It is wrong to kill an innocent person. Abortion before birth would not be killing of an innocent person. Fourth, if abortion before birth is not the killing of an innocent person, it is permissible. Fifth, the last is the therefore abortion before birth is permissible.